Hey, I'm Scott Countryman. I'm a mechanic at Gravity Nelson. I've been a bicycle mechanic for over 11 years. Been a professional bike racer for 7 years. So I've got a ton of experience and I want to try and share some of that with you guys. I want to teach you guys how to be a pro bike mechanic, but only using tools and supplies that you should already have. First video, what we're going to do today is just basic stuff of prep for a ride or things you can do with your bike after a ride. Alright, first thing I want to show you guys is cleaning and lubing your drivetrain. I want to emphasize how important cleaning your drivetrain is, not just lubing it. You can see on my bike here that it looks fairly clean, the drivetrain. Obviously it's not spotless because it's a bike that I ride off-road. But I can grab the chain, do all this kind of thing with it, and same thing with the cassette. Still pretty clean, but it runs nice and quiet and smooth. So I want to show you guys how to keep your bike super clean and smooth like that. I want you all to go get an old toothbrush for cleaning your drivetrain. This is going to be your new best friend here. And then obviously we've got a rag, or in this case just an old t-shirt that we're going to use to wipe the chain, and then some basic chain lube. And I would say make sure you've got bicycle specific chain lube. There are some other things out there that'll work, but just to make sure you don't get something that's going to make things worse for you, get some bicycle specific chain lube. So I'm starting here by just brushing the cassette cogs rather than using any degreasers. It's a good way to knock the dirt and grime off. Pretty quick and easy. If you do this every time you ride, your drivetrain's gonna stay super clean. Next up, get your rag and wipe your chain down. Take your chain lube here, and again, while you're spinning your chain, you can just kind of hold it here, bracing your hand against your chainstay to keep it steady, and do one side of the chain at a time. And that gets the oil in just the right place and nowhere else, and it keeps the oil off of your cog. And then wipe it off. Clean and lubed. Alright, second thing I want to show you guys for today is washing your bike after a ride. And just want to start by saying that I would recommend only washing your bike when it's really needed. And if you do wash your bike, try to keep it to a minimum with just a quick spray, not necessarily using soapy water or tons of scrubbing. Again, if you can just give it a quick rinse and be done, that's the best thing to do. You don't risk damaging bearings or corroding parts by getting them wet all the time. Oh, sorry, ED. I didn't see you there. So use a light spray on the bike. You don't want a high pressure kind of spray. Definitely not a pressure washer if you can avoid it. That high pressure will really get the water into places you don't want it. If you need to, you can brush your bike down, although again, that's kind of an as-needed type of thing, I would say. Be careful what kind of brush you use, or just be aware of the brush you're using. This brush has some pretty thick, stiff plastic bristles, and if I really get to scrub it on the bike, it'll scratch the paint pretty easily. Decide when you buy that brush whether you're going to use it on your drivetrain or not, and if you do use it on your drivetrain, do not use it on your brakes. The brush can be really good for getting into those hard to reach places where you might have some mud or grime packed in. If you really want to give your bike a good thorough clean, I would start with a quick rinse like this, and you can use a really light concentration of dishwash soap, I think is all you need. Maybe pop your wheels off and then go in with the rag. Do your detailing that way rather than scrubbing or blasting it with water. Once you're done washing your bike, I would just give it a quick towel dry. Helps get the water spots off, as well as any little bits of dirt that might still be stuck on there. After that, your bike's clean, pretty, ready to ride, or ready for the next ride. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you picked up some good tips and tricks there, and we'll see you out on the trailer in the shop.